Hello students, let us learn general science from the book Science Squared for class 4. Let us learn chapter 10, Matter and Materials. In this chapter, we shall discuss about the physical properties of materials such as hardness, softness, color, medium, order, taste, hammering, burning, heating, conduction, solubility, and about filtration and evaporation. Let us learn the chapter. There are variety of materials around us which are made up of matter. Matter may be solid, liquids, or gases. These states of matter are interchangeable by taking heat or by losing heat. The properties of material which help us to recognize a material are called the physical properties of material. It includes and can be found by touching, color, smelling, hammering, heating, and then mixing them with other materials. Let us learn the physical property of the material, softness and hardness. When we touch or press the materials such as stone, wood or iron rod, we can find that these are hard. Hence, these materials have the property of hardness. When we touch or press the materials such as foam or a cotton ball, we can find that these materials are soft. Hence, these materials are said to possess the property of softness. When we press the hard materials, the shape will not change. But when we press the soft materials, the shape will change. The gas in the form of air in a container like balloon or tube can be pressed by hand, but we cannot press the air around us. Let us learn the physical properties of materials. Color. You must have noticed that materials, either solids, liquids or gases, will have different shades of colors. Pure and clean water is a liquid. It has no color. Mustard oil is a liquid. It is yellow in color. Milk is a liquid. It is white in color. Sugar, salt and chalk are solids. These are white in color. Most of the vegetables are green in color. Most of the fruits are green, orange, yellow or red in color. Smoke is a gas which is dark color. Let us learn about the physical properties of materials, the medium. Let us perform an experiment to understand the medium of materials. We need a cardboard, wooden plank, a polythene sheet and a glass sheet. Now take a torch and throw light on these things. Materials like polythene sheet and glass sheet allows light to pass through them. Hence, they are called transparent. Materials like wood and cardboard, which do not allow light to pass through them, are called opaque. Physical properties of material, that is the odor. The smelling of materials may be either pleasant or unpleasant. Cooking gas, garlic, paint balms, rotten eggs, dry cleaning liquids, etc. gives us unpleasant smell. Perfumed hair oils, soaps, scents, freshly cut lemons, coffee brewing, perfumes gives us a pleasant smell. Physical properties of materials, taste. You can recognize taste of some materials used in our daily life. Sugar and glucose are sweet. Medicinal syrup, coffee and neem leaves are bitter. Lime is sour. Pure water without minerals gives no taste. Do not taste any material in a scientific laboratory as it may be poisonous. Physical properties of materials, hammering. When we strike a piece of glass, marbles, iron and copper with a hammer, glass and marbles break into smaller pieces. Hence, we can say that these are known as breakable or brittle. The pieces of iron and copper do not break. However, they change their shape into sheets. Hence, we can call these as unbreakable or malleable. Physical properties of materials, heating. When one end of the wooden rod is placed on the fire, the other end of the wooden rod does not feel hot. This is because the wooden rod does not allow heat to pass through it. Hence, we can say that it is a bad conductor of heat. Now, when one end of the iron rod is placed in the fire, the other end of the iron rod feels hot and we cannot continue to hold. This is because the iron rod allows heat to pass through it, and hence we say that it is a good conductor of heat. Due to the above reasons, we use a wooden or plastic handle in a tea pan, saucepan or pressure cooker to hold. Physical properties of materials, burning. Some materials like paper, plastic, wood, kerosene and cooking glass catch fire on touching a fire and begins to burn. These materials are known as inflammable substances. Some materials such as iron, stone and water does not catch fire. These are non-inflammable substances. Physical properties of materials, solubility. Let us perform an experiment to find the solubility of materials in water. Take 4 glass tumblers and label them as A, B, C and D. Now fill each of the glass tumbler with half of water. Add some sugar in A, sand in B, salt in C and chalk powder in D. Stir the contents of each tumbler with a spoon. Keep them aside. You will find that sugar and the salt have disappeared in water, forming sugar solution or salt solution, while sand and chalk powder still visible. You can see that the sand settles at the bottom of the water. Materials which dissolve in water are called soluble in water, while material which does not dissolve in water are called insoluble in water. Physical properties of materials solubility. When a material is dissolved in a liquid, a solution is formed. In a solution, the liquid in which a material dissolves is called its solvent. The material which dissolves in any solvent is called its solute. In a salt solution, the salt is a solute and water is a solvent. Solute plus solvent gives you solution. In a solution, the particles of the material are uniformly distributed throughout the solution. Water is the most common solvent as it dissolves more materials than any other liquid. Physical properties of materials solubility. When two liquids are mixed, they dissolve to form a solution. Those liquids which mix together in all proportions are called miscible liquids. Example, alcohol and water. Those liquids which do not mix together in all proportions and form separate layers are called immiscible liquids. Example, oil and water. However, oil dissolves in petrol to make a solution. Hence, petrol is used to clean dry clothes. When you open a bottle of soda, you will see bubbles of a gas rising to the top. This gas is carbon dioxide. Let us perform an experiment about the dissolved carbon dioxide in water. Take a glass beaker, fill it half with water. Heat the water. Observe the sides and the bottom of the beaker. You will notice small bubbles forming on the sides and at the bottom of the beaker. These bubbles of air is dissolved in water. Similarly, fishes breathe in oxygen from the air that is dissolved in water. Filtration. The process of separating solid from a liquid by passing through the pores of a filter is called filtration. To get a filter paper cone, you can fold the filter paper as given in the figure. Take a filter paper, make a first fold and then the second fold. After the third fold, make it as a cone. The glass funnel fitted to the stand is placed above a beaker or a flask. The filter paper cone is placed on the glass funnel. The solid mixture mixed along with water is poured onto the cone with the help of the rod. The solid mixture can be either salt with water or sugar with water. The clear liquid passes through the filter paper and gets collected in the beaker or a flask placed below. This clear liquid is called the filtrate. The insoluble substance which left behind in the filter paper is called residue. Let us learn evaporation process. The process of obtaining a solid from its solution by allowing the liquid to vaporize is called evaporation. The solution of a solid in a liquid is heated gently on a water bath. This takes place in an evaporating dish. The solution escapes as vapor. It leaves behind the solid salt in the dish as residue. Slow evaporation takes place at all temperatures, even at room temperature. However, increase in temperature, that is, heating, causes evaporation to be faster. The application of evaporation process is seen in the preparation of common salt. The common salt which we use daily in our cooking is obtained from the seawater. Seawater has large quantities of salts dissolved in it, and hence it tastes very salty. The seawater is collected into shallow ponds and is allowed to evaporate in the sun. The water gets heated by the sun and changes into water vapor, whereas the salt settles to the bottom as crystals. These big crystals are grinded into a fine powder, packed and then sent to the market for sale. Let us recap the chapter. The features which help us to recognize a material are called the properties of materials. Materials may be hard or soft. Materials may be of different colors and smell. They may be transparent or opaque. Breakable materials are brittle, while others are malleable. Materials which allow heat to pass through them are good conductors of heat. Materials which catch fire are inflammable. Solids may be soluble or insoluble in water. We can get back the dissolved solids by evaporation of solvent. A liquid can dissolve in another liquid like water and alcohol. Gas can dissolve in a liquid like air in water. This ends our chapter 10.